us to deal with crime in KwaZulu-Natal.
But this is now 6-7 years later. It's not at the beginning of the friendship.
Correct, commissioners. I didn't profile him or search for who is he, what has he done wrong with the law.
So it did not bother you that here is a person who's going into business with my son. I want to protect my son. Let me check him out to see if he has a criminal record, if my son is not entering into a business relationship with somebody who has a criminal record. All those things did not bother you.
Commissioners, I cannot go and profile a person if he does business with my son. There's a lot of other people that were doing business with my son. I didn't profile them. I became very worried once that thing was displayed at the ad hoc committee. So, on a serious note, commissioners, I think I've responded to that. I don't do that.
General, I think two questions for me from this. You say you got concerned when things came up at the ad hoc committee. Are you saying to us that before the ad hoc committee process, you never became aware from media reports that Mr. Matlala is implicated in serious criminal conduct? For example, there's the alleged attempted murder of his former partner, for which ultimately I think he gets arrested. And there are other things that have been reported. Are you saying to us, until the ad hoc committee, you never became aware of those kind of serious allegations against him?
Commissioner, I was responding to the criminal records of Mr. Matlala. But to come direct to your question, remember I testified yesterday about what General Mkhwanazi talked about, this thing of attempted murder on the girlfriend. I became aware there, and then over and above that, he was eventually arrested. And then I said I completely cut ties with him. And another thing is the issue of, he says the police visited him to do the firearm inspections at his offices. So normally, under normal circumstances, we do not, as police, profile people that are not the subject of investigation. If a person is being profiled, you take his ID, you take his fingerprints to check who he is and so forth, that person must be a subject of investigation. Other than that, with me, I won't do it because it is not correct.
Okay. He's your friend. You refer to him as my brother. So he's not just any person. He's not me in your life, right? He's someone close to you. You become aware in the media or in whatever form, but you concede that you became aware, at least as far as I understand you, that there were allegations about his possible involvement in the attempted murder of his ex-partner. This is before he is arrested. You become aware of that. Is your evidence that even with that allegation, that in the public domain, you still do not check on your friend and brother to see what is it about him? What is his story? You still don't check. You're happy to ignore it and then carry on with your life until he is arrested.
Commissioner, check in the sense of?
To do a profile of him at that point, to go and look at his record. Why are these things being said about him? Are you saying, and please keep in mind that the questions are asked of you because you are head of the Hawks. You may be in KZN, but you are head of an important institution that deals with serious crimes. So the question is asked of you in that way. You're not an ordinary citizen. You're not a junior police officer. You have a friend/brother. Allegations are made about him in the public domain that he may be involved in an attempted murder. But there's more to it, but I'm happy to discuss it on the basis of just this one allegation. at that point, you still say that, well, I've no business investigating him or finding out about him, in fact, not investigate, but finding out more about this person who's so close to me, that I'm associating with, that I'm discussing personal matters and police business with. You still say, at that point, you think it's not your business to find out more about him.
Commissioners, according to what I heard in that meeting on the 15th of April, the matter was under investigation, and not by me, but by the people that the general knew, General Mkhwanazi. So they are responsible to do the profiling and everything. I didn't want to go and profile and do other things. I can't profile a person that is not the subject of investigation. And I think I've already indicated that slowly but for sure, after the article of the 5th of March, I was moving away, reversing away from him. I indicated it yesterday in my evidence. So what the commissioner is asking me, I didn't do it, Commissioner. I never went and profiled him.
Okay, just lastly, just to make sure, so that I make sure I understand your answer. Lastly, is your answer that even when you heard, let's say in that meeting with General Mkhwanazi, that, he's being investigated for possible involvement in an attempted murder, even when you heard it in that meeting, you decided, this has nothing to do with me, I see nothing wrong in continuing to associate closely with someone who is accused or who's being investigated, because you knew in that meeting that he's being investigated.
Choose your price up front. Then ride.
Dad, I forgot I've got math homework.
At least there's no surprises with the fare.
What's the square root of 144?
12. 12. It's 12.
Wow, Dad, you're so clever.
I try.
You can't choose your questions, but you can choose your price for a ride.
Moving out.
I'm sorry, I must interrupt you, General. I'm not talking about the 5th of March. I'm talking about the meeting with General Mkhwanazi, which is in November already, if I'm not mistaken, and where you say to us, if you heard it for the first time, and I'm prepared for purposes of this engagement, to accept that you heard it for the first time in that meeting. So forget March, which is later on. What I'm checking with you, and really I think you can give me a yes/no answer here, that you hear in that meeting that Mr. Matala is being investigated by the SEPS for possibly involvement in an attempted murder. You hear that in that meeting, and you tell us in your statement. You hear that in the meeting. Is your evidence to us now that even after hearing that, you had no difficulty continuing to have him as someone close to you, that you discuss whatever business you continue to discuss with him without distancing yourself from him at that point? After that point, you were happy. You thought there's nothing wrong in your continued relationship with a suspect, is really the bottom line of what I'm asking you. And if your answer is a yes, I'm happy for you to say yes, and we move on.
Can I say this, Commissioners? It was the first time I heard about that investigation. And another division is investigating that matter. I don't interfere in that, number one. Number two is that I already indicated I was moving away to this relationship that I was having with him. It has already started. And you know, when a person is being investigated, they say there is allegations of this. I didn't have more facts until he was arrested. So the commissioner wants to know is it still okay to continue friendship with that person. My response is that the process has already started for me to move away.
Okay, General, I'm going to to accept to take your answer to my question as being, you did not see anything wrong. After you found out in that meeting with General Mkhwanazi, if that was the first time you found out, after you found out there that he's being investigated by the SAPS for attempted murder, you saw nothing wrong. You didn't have a problem with a continuing relationship with him immediately after that meeting. I take that to be your answer because you refused to answer me directly a question that I am confident is capable of a direct answer, yes, no. You've answered it many times, and I accept it as you say you saw nothing wrong in continuing that relationship. Thank you.
My answer still stands, Commissioner.
Thank you,
The
Mr.
termination of the relationship was in process.
General, take you back again to these news reports. We were looking at an article on the 23rd of December 2024 in which very serious allegations are made about your friend. And if you look at the next article, page 33, also 23 December 2024, similar allegations repeated in a different newspaper. Did you understand? I just want to make sure you understood my point earlier about the kind of coverage that this issue is receiving. And that because of that, one didn't need to patrol the media in order to become informed of this. Did you understand that point that I was making?
I do not have that.
Because you keep saying you didn't patrol the media, so I think that you maybe didn't understand me.
Thank you, Commissioners. I don't have to understand something that I didn't see. I don't think it is a fair question. I can't understand something that I didn't see. You will make a finding about something that we have seen and read. But if you didn't see anything and read it, you can't make a finding or an opinion. Thank you, Commissioners.
You didn't understand what I was saying. But it's fine. Let's move on. My point remains that one did not have to patrol the media in order to become informed of all of these things that I'm putting to you. Do you understand that?
I have already said my business and focus was in KwaZulu-Natal to deal with the mandate of the DPCI KZN.
Yes, except that all of these media reports concern your friend, number one, and number two, concern matters that are very much related to your job.
Commissioners, if you didn't see anything, there's nothing that you can do. But if you saw something, and then it is within your mandate to deal with it, you need to deal with it. But I've already indicated, Commissioner.
You see, General, the problem is that you talk about this as if it related to someone you did not know at all. You have, or rather yesterday, you repeatedly referred to Mr. Matlala not only as your friend, but also as your brother. You even, in isiZulu or isiXhosa, referred to yourself in relation to him as Ubhuti. Do you remember that?
Correct, Commissioner.
Now, this is something that concerns your younger brother, you, the Bhuti. It concerns your younger brother. It's not about somebody out there whom you do not know. See, that's what makes it difficult for me and I'm sure others to comprehend. Do you wish to comment on that?
Commissioner, if I didn't see it puts me in a difficult position to shall have dealt with it. So my answer still remains, Commissioners. I didn't see this newspaper clip. And in our deliberations, when I met with him, my younger brother, Ubote, he never highlighted this thing to me. The ones that you have highlighted, Commissioners, I have already given a response and an answer that this is the ones that he told me about.
You see,
okay.
In addition to the difficulty, but I'm sure Ms. Hassim will probably come to it and with more specificity. A theme that runs through your statement is that when it comes to anything concerning Mr. Matlala, even when you look at the texts, you either do not recall or you do not know, and if it's a text staring you in your face, you will say, yes, I do read it now, but I just do not quite recall what this was all about. That's a theme that runs through your testimony. That includes even